I love it in the morning. I love it in the evening. I love it in the daytime, night.
Welcome everybody, this is Wargamer Shawn. It has been a while, a couple months since I've done a video where I've talked to you guys. This video is I am a Wargamer. It started by Wargamer Viking, and you're supposed to basically answer some questions and nominate other channels and kind of try to bring everybody together, which I think it's doing a good job. Before I go into that, I'm just going to go into a little bit. Sorry, I've been doing some battle report videos, but I haven't been doing a lot else for the channel. I've just been really busy with work. I've had some pretty major changes and some major changes at home, and some other kind of difficult things going on in my life. And so it's been hard, and the times that I have had to do it, I've just kind of felt a little down, not really felt in the mood to like do something. You know, I want it to be something that people want to watch and not something where they're just like, thanks, thanks for watching. I don't need anything more depressing in my life. So anyway, just thought I'm going to start doing some videos again. Sorry, like I said, for the long absence. I'm going to start by doing this one. I was nominated by a great channel, a phenomenal guy. Tattoo for You. Richard is the guy that does the channel. You should check out his channel. I'll try to put a link below. He's the one that nominated me, along with 3 other people, for the I Am a Wargamer video challenge. And he's just a great guy, great channel, super uplifting guy, great guy to talk to. Check out his channel. It's good. And a lot of people, I belong to I'm sure you see it in the beginning, I'm a member of the Legion of Gamza, which is a group of kind of wargamers that kind of like-minded and try to like support the community and also support other people, other channels, new channels, try to support people in the wargaming community, because it really, I mean, it might seem like a really big group, but there's not a ton of us out there, and it's not like video games where there's a lot more, you know, people searching and watching YouTube videos for it. So it's good to kind of support each other and kind of help the community out, and it's been a great thing that I got introduced to by Nick Beer, who is another channel you should check out, which I'll list below. And he got me into it when I started doing his New Year's painting challenges a couple years ago. At the time, I think when I started joined his, like, the Legion of Gamza, my channel was about a little shy of a year old, and I hadn't done a lot, but that's what got me started. What inspired me to do my YouTube channel? This is the first question for I Am a Wargamer challenge. Sorry, I'm kind of skipping a little bit. What inspired me, honestly, I mean, I think we all kind of do it because we want to hopefully find like-minded people out there, and people have probably checked out, you know, other channels, you know, ones that have been around a long time, like Mini, you know, wargaming and stuff like that, kind of inspired us to, you know, to work on the channels. The main reason I first did the channel, to be honest, was right when 7th edition came out, and Sorry guys, just getting a call from the wife, so had to take that. I had to come home a little early today and meet a plumber because we had to have some work done in our house. Anyway, back to the question why I did the YouTube channel. Like I said, we had a group of wargamers in our town, and our town, it's not a super big town, like 200,000 people, a little more, maybe close to 300 with all the suburbs. There's quite a few gamers, but we had a couple stores, one store in particular that we were playing at, and unfortunately they went out of business, or, well, kind of moved out of town, and so we kind of needed a place to go, and I found a game store that was willing to kind of host or get us into the, or have a place for us to meet and play on a regular basis for our Warhammer 40K. And I kind of organized our group and wanted it to be, one thing I had, I think, a little difficulty in before is I wanted to have a group that everybody supported all levels of the community, not just competitive players, but also like every aspect of the hobby, and also introduce new people into the game. And another thing I really wanted to support was, at the time, it wasn't very supportive that we had Forge World wasn't very accepted in any of the tournaments that we ran and anything that we did. And I really wanted to change that because I wanted Forge World to kind of be a part of the community. Because if you spend the money to get the models, and they're not cheap models, I think you should be able to play with them. So I've kind of really supported that. And with all that's changed since 7th edition, Forge World is the least of most of the thing's problems. But anyway, so we kind of formed a community, and we also, initially I was kind of talking with people from out of town to kind of work on an FAQ for our group, and I decided, well, we really should have an FAQ for our local group because these are the people that are playing here. And so I kind of formed a committee of like 8 people, a couple that were very, kind of dedicated, tournament players, kind of, they were in it to kind of play and win and do really well. And then I got a couple people that were just hobby players. They really liked the game for the hobby, the cool models, that sort of thing. And then the rest of the people I kind of got that were in between, kind of both. Kind of myself included in that. And so what we do is we met and we kind of voted on, what the FAQ was going to be, because up until recently, GW hadn't really been doing very much for it. And the main reason I made the channel was when 7th edition was introduced, and we had a FAQ already for 6th edition. I wanted it to make a really easy transition for people to ease into 7th edition from 6th edition. So I made my first video, and my first video is weird because I introduced the channel and I'm petrified, and it's my first time doing YouTube, so forgive me if you want to go back and look at it. But my second video is a very long introduction on what changes happened in 7th edition from 6th edition. So basically, I just went and listed everything that changed and what things changed from 6th to 7th, so it'd make it easier for people to play 7th edition. And this is before any new books and stuff like that came out. I think Orcs was the first one for 7th. And so that's really why I started doing the YouTube channel. That's what inspired me to do it, because I wanted anybody in the club to be able to watch that video and have get a leg up to start, transitioning from 6th edition to 7th edition. And that's really why I wanted to do it. And my original intent was to do videos each time and kind of review codices and stuff like that, so it'd be easy for people to transition with a new codex. But, after that first video, I did the Orcs videos next, and I just kind of got into it. I was really excited, like, hey, I want to kind of do this. I want to, make a YouTube channel and kind of make something that maybe other people might want to watch. And so it kind of blossomed from there. I didn't, at first I was mainly doing mostly battle reports, bat reps, and then really it kind of blossomed more once I actually started kind of talking to Nick Beer when I joined his painting challenge, and I started talking to some of the people, in his kind of local, I guess, kind of people that kind of talk to each other, and I just found it was like, this is a great community. Like, this is I'm very passionate, and I love 40K, other war games too, but 40K with so much of me when I, have extra time. I love 40K. And it's so awesome to meet other like-minded people that liked wargaming a lot too, and be able to kind of talk to them, even if they were half a world away, like Nick, So it was awesome, and I really got into it, and my channel kind of more started to blossom after, kind of joining up with, with those guys and talking about the painting challenge and kind of sharing things. I think it was on Google. We kind of talked. I think it was. Nick can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just a great experience. I just really inspired me to do more, especially watching some of Nick's channels, because when I first saw him for the painting challenge, I started watching his channel. I'm like, wow, look what he does for this. This is awesome. I was really inspired by Nick and his channel, and so I really kind of went from there. I also, early on was inspired by, Way of Simon, which now has become kind of spread from there, because he does lots of other armies now, but originally it was, his Eldar and his Simon, which when I first started playing 40K, my first army was Harlequins, and then it was Eldar, and particularly Simon and the Wild Riders, before bikes were really good, before they had scatter lasers all over the place, which wasn't until this edition, by the way. Wargamer Fritz kind of got me into it too. and certainly mini wargaming kind of inspired me to some degree too. There's also a guy, and I really feel bad because I was meant to look it up before I started this video and I didn't. There's a guy that also did an Eldar review, like he'd review different units and stuff like that, and it was back in 5th edition, and he would play Otarks. He never played Farseers, and he just used the Otarks to kind of help with reserves and stuff. And I'm really sorry, but it's a great channel. I don't know if he still does video. I don't think he has a YouTube channel anymore. Well, at least I don't think he's kept up on it. But he really inspired me too, and he's a British and just a very good speaking voice, easy to listen to. So that's what inspired me to do my YouTube channel. Where do I want my channel to go? Initially when I first got inspired by Nick, I was like super in awe, and I'm like, I want, you look at Nick Beer's channel or some of the other ones, and it's like every year Nick's going up 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like, oh my god, I'd love to have that many subscribers. Now, as I've gone on, I realized a couple things. One is I am not a machine like Nick, and which is fine. I mean, he's a great job, a phenomenal job. I don't produce as many videos as him. I don't have a great speaking voice like Nick. Nick's just inspiring. You just want to listen to that guy. Like, even when he does like weird Borg voices, Borg acting and stuff like that, he's still just inspiring to listen to. I know I don't have that. Also, I'm not making as many videos. I've been inconsistent when I've had some issues, work and stuff like that doesn't always allow it. So I don't put the video volume out like he does. So where do I want my channel to go? I want it to grow. Really, I had wanted by the end of my second year to be up to 1,000 subscribers. Like since January when I got up to 500, I haven't quite gone over 600. I've gotten close, and then there was a purge and I went below again. So I'm not growing that fast, and that's okay. I'm honestly, I really like, I'm okay with hopefully, the people that stay subscribers that are interested in, what I have to say or share. I'm hoping, I want to entertain them, and if there's something they want to see, I want them to hey, message me and say, hey, can you do a video on this? Which some people have in the past, which is great. But yeah, I just want to make my subscribers happy and make videos that make me happy. It's nothing worse than trying to make videos that you aren't interested in. So, and hopefully I think people can see when I do videos that there's usually a passion with what I'm doing because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I do a lot of codex reviews and battle reports and stuff like that, and that's mainly what I do. I really love when people take Nick and other people will show oh, here's a prime model, or here's how I made it, or Richard from Tattoo for You, he'll have oh, here's me making a model, and then here's different paint stages. I always either forget to do that, I do it and I'm like, oh, I don't want to show this, it's ugly right now, and then I'll show it when it's done. I should be better about showing the processes because it's really cool to kind of see as the model grows in painting and looking good. I want to try to, in the future, do more of that stuff, so that's kind of where I'd like to see my channel branch out and grow a little bit. Where can I see myself in 5 years' time? Probably still doing the same thing. Nothing wrong with what anybody chooses to do. I don't plan on probably doing things like Patreon. I didn't think that I would ever, I didn't originally have ads on my YouTube channel. I do now, although the way ads are set up now, I certainly am not a big enough channel to actually generate anything. I never see anything because you have to do so much a month to get anything. So I guess I could just take those off. To be honest, I just haven't set it. It just automatically goes on. But probably doing the same thing. But I'm not really into it to do it for money. I mean, I've got another full-time job, career, and kids and family that this is kind of my fun and hobby and socializing with people. So that's what I see it. Any advice I'd give on setting up a YouTube channel? Well, some of the other people have said, if you want to do it, just do it, and don't worry about it. It takes a long time to get subscribers. Some people get lucky, and sometimes people just boom, just go and blast off and just never look back. Some people like me, it takes a long time to kind of grow those things, and you just get the one piece of advice I would give is do it if you want to do it, but don't expect that you're going to have 5,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers or whatever Mini Wargaming has. I mean, that took years and years and years. And two, like channels like Mini Wargaming and stuff like that, they were kind of the first channels to kind of do those things. And so they were kind of breaking in on something that wasn't really out there. You know, when you're making a channel now, you're a small piece of the pie. And so I don't know if you'll ever be as big as that. Just and they dedicate their whole livelihood. That's their career. That's that's what they do for a living. And so it's a little different than someone just doing it for fun like me. What would you add to improve YouTube for the community? Add to improve YouTube for the community. I mean, I just hope that something that I do or a video I do inspires somebody to like, oh, I want to do that, or I want to do something that looks like that, or I want to get into the hobby. I want to get into 40K because this sounds really cool, or I want to play this army because it looks really cool. And hopefully I inspire somebody, or someone looks at it, or someone goes back and like, hey, I'm going to look at this, or I'm going to watch this review video because I want to study this up before I buy a model for Necrons or Tau or something like that. I just want to inspire and make the community grow and everybody kind of support one another. That's all I would really stress, is support one another. It's hard. It's hard if you're going to start a YouTube channel when you get negative reviews. It still hurts. It still hurts me. I don't like them either, or thumbs down or negative reviews. There's people out there, it happens. And not everybody agrees with what you do or what you say, and that's fine. Like, I think the hard thing is in this community is you're putting yourself out there and your passion out there for the whole world to see, maybe the universe if someone else is picking this up. And it's easy for some people, especially when they don't have channels of their own, that they can negatively say stuff about you because it's like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this better, or you're an idiot, or you sound terrible, or something like that. And it's easy for people to say that because they don't have that face out there to you, because like in a community, that those same people probably aren't going to go out there and say that to your face, because they wouldn't do that. But behind a computer screen, they can say anything they want because they're cool, because no one knows who they are, so they can be as jerky or mean as they want to. And so take that into account when someone puts a bad comment, because it's easy to take those. You put your passion into that video and someone just tears it apart. It's hurtful, but try not to take it that way, and just try to look at hopefully people that are supporting the your channel, your subscribers, and your community, like Legion of Gamza and stuff like that. They're just great. So don't take some of those things to heart. And people that are watching videos, and people can hate on me if they want. The people that are watching videos, don't make them of their own. I would say is, if you have criticism, which is fine. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, and we don't change or learn if we don't learn from maybe mistakes we make, or maybe not even mistakes, but things you don't necessarily agree with. We may open ourselves up and learn new things. Is when you say criticism, say it in a nice way, like, hey, cool video, thanks for sharing, man. This is how I think of it. I see what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree with it. Here's why, A, B, and C. Instead of just saying, you're an idiot, this is terrible, this is the worst thing in the world, you suck. That's not constructive criticism. Now, it's easy for people to do that, but it would be helpful if you're going to leave criticism, say, here's why I think this could change, or this. And the thing is, for us YouTubers, I think is, what I would say is, when you get negative criticism, if it's in a nice way, try not to lash out at somebody and say, hey, thanks for your opinion, or thanks for this, and I'll try to work on it next time, or I'll try to work on it. It's easy to get defensive because it's something that you put your heart into, but try not to. Easier said than done. I mean, it's still hard for me to do that. So anyway, I will wrap up this video because I'm sure I've been going on way too long. I'm supposed to nominate 3 more people. There's a lot of people that I would nominate that I know have already been taken, and a lot of other people out there. And I apologize if I nominate somebody that's already been nominated. I haven't seen it, so I'm hoping that you're not already nominated. But if you are, I apologize. The people I'm going to nominate, or channels I'm going to nominate, are the Dark Artisan. I'll put it in the link below. The Dark Artisan is a great channel. He has Eldar, he has Tyranids, he has Blood Angels, he's got Necrons, he's kind of like me. He's kind of a collector, and he's just a great guy to listen to. Does great bat reps. Just seems like an all-around cool guy, and I think he's a musician too. So what's cooler than that, right? So Dark Artisan, and then the other two channels are other cool channels are Mammoth Studio Painting, and I'll link it down below. Really nice chap, nice guy. He does some things other than 40K. He does Dark Elder, which I like because I like Dark Elder. But great channel. And then the other channel I would like to nominate is Growly's Lair. Also nice guy, member of the Legion of Gamza as well. But great channel. Check him out, and give him a like or subscribe if you can on any of them, and any of the ones I've mentioned before, because they're all just great channels, honestly. So anyway, yeah, that's it, and we'll keep going around with this, and hopefully people can kind of keep sharing and learning. But take care, guys. I'm sorry it's been so long. I'll make a point not to. I'm doing some reviews. I'm recording some now, but I wanted to get this out here first. I've got one coming for the new Chaos Space Marine, the Trader's Hate, and then also I've got the game, the one with Harlequins and Eldrad and I am blanking on that game, that separate game, but it has some special rules. I was going to do a review on those rules, and I apologize, I'm blanking on what they are. And so I've got some more Codex reviews coming. I'll probably get a battle report recorded tonight, and so I'll try to get that up as soon as I can. Until next time, guys, take care and keep on wargaming. Love you guys.
Goodbye, you sexy motherfucker.